So I was having a conversation with one of my mentees and they asked me a very important question. They said, Sam, why is it that I keep on facing the same issues within my business and I'm unable to see any results? And when they asked me this, I had to touch on a subject that I only learned after going through so many failures and so much pain in those business failures. It's to a point that if I knew about this concept way earlier, it would have saved me a significant amount of time, a significant amount of pain, and also energy that I spent failing. And when I touched on this subject, not only did it help them out, it helped grow their business significantly. And I just thought to myself, you know what, let me just share the game for anyone that wants to hear it, and hopefully it can help you out too. So without further ado, let's dive in. So the topic is talking on theory of constraints. Now, what is this? Now, the theory of constraints was developed by a man called Eliu. He was someone that was a business consultant and would actually go to businesses and help them address the issues within their business and actually find problems so that they can keep on progressing. He wrote the book called The Goal, which I would definitely recommend you read, because this book, alongside books like Thinking in Systems, are great books when you're an entrepreneur and you need to understand how to develop your business. And the principle is quite simple. He suggested that organizations can achieve their goals by identifying and addressing the limiting factors to make workflow as efficient as possible. So he was a master at addressing issues head on and figuring out effective ways to actually progress past it. And when you get into business or you want to be an entrepreneur, all you're literally doing is finding problems and creating an effective solution that people want to exchange money for. So when you understand and master this principle, not only can it help you in your business life, but it can also significantly help you within your personal life too. So like I said, it applies to more than just business. We can see, for example, within the Bible, we had someone like Solomon. We saw on Solomon's first task as a king, he was presented with a great issue. Now, for those that don't know, there were two women that came with one child, both saying that this child was theirs. Now, in that time and age, as we know, that is impossible. There could only be one mother to this child. And Solomon, in his wisdom, was able to actually identify who the true mother of the child was by using this exact same technique. Not only that, Albert Einstein also talks about the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing repeatedly, expecting different results. It's impossible. The only way we can grow as entrepreneurs is if we are quick at facing issues, understand where the issue is actually coming from, and developing systems so when you finally make a change, it doesn't become a problem again. That is the only way to progress. So it takes us to this lovely diagram that we can see right now. It's having a question, learning from it, trying, failing, learning again, and then eventually succeeding. As we know, within business, you are going to fail so many times. If you don't know this yet, then you have to get used to it. Anyone that drags you down for these failures, you shouldn't be listening to them, because 9 times out of 10, they haven't tried a damn thing in their life. So by utilizing the system, we have a constraint, we have a failure, something that is not allowing us to progress. From this, it poses a question. Where am I going wrong and how can I adapt to be able to get better? You have to learn and become aware that we are actually facing a problem, because if you aren't aware of it, you won't change. And you start to figure out ways of how can you actually develop and change whatever is the main issue that you're facing right now. And again, like I said, 9 times out of 10, you will fail. You're going to fail time and time and time again. But in these failures, guess what? You learn new things. Then you try again, you fail, you learn new things, you try up until the point where you finally succeed. You see, life is all about failing forward. This is the principle where you try something, and if it doesn't work, you pivot slightly with the same objective in mind at the end until something finally gives. And when you finally succeed, you share this feedback back to your team, to your system, to your handbook. And as a result, you're able to grow as an organization or as an individual. So why is this relevant to not only business, but also my life as well? As entrepreneurs, the main thing that we need to understand is that our business will only grow as much as we do as entrepreneurs. That is the reason why I am so big on personal development. And a lot of the time, you don't just see me touch on what I actually do on a day-to-day business, but in reality, I love to touch on these business principles, on personal development, on mental health, because If we aren't effective in those areas, there is no way our business can actually grow to where we need it to grow. So if we're touching on our mind, at the end of the day, you are your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you aren't able to become aware and actually understand what is hindering my mind, what is distracting me from my main goal, what is actually distracting me from me actually becoming the successful person that I destined to be. If you can't highlight these things and put them on a piece of paper, then it's going to be very, very difficult to develop a system to actually overcome this. Also, your body. Yes, there are successful people that aren't in the gym and don't eat healthy, etc. Despite all the news articles saying that, okay, people like Warren Buffett, they drink Coke all the time. People like Donald Trump, etc. They drink Coke all the time. A lot of the time, when successful people document that they do this, in reality, it's just propaganda. So they become relatable to an everyday individual. People that are eating McDonald's and drinking Coke and things like that. It's all marketing at the end of the day. Marketing is being able to sell a message to many people. You can only sell a message if you relate to those people. So be conscious and aware about this before you kill yourself with what that McDonald's you're eating. And yes, we're not a religious channel, but we need to understand as entrepreneurs that at the end of the day, we are spiritual beings living a human experience. So past our body, the soul is so important. Focus on this. And when you have these things in check, not necessarily perfect, but you're aware and you're progressing on them day to day, what you start to realize is that in your business, you're able to understand where the constraints are very, very quickly. And again, through the many failures that I've had in business, I personally believe that it always comes down to three things. It comes down to sales and marketing. Are you in the right vehicle? Are you able to actually deliver why your product and service is valuable to the marketplace? And are you able to actually attract those people so that they're actually exchanging your value for cash? It's as simple as that. When it comes to marketing, are you doing enough outreach? Are you posting content so people can actually relate and build trust with you? Are you going to networking events so that you're able to meet like-minded individuals rather than just staying in your room all day? Number two, leadership. If you can't lead yourself, you can't lead other people. And we need to understand that business is all about leverage. At the beginning, you leverage your time and effort. Then when you make money, you can actually buy back your time by actually hiring employees or VAs so they can start doing the task that is not worth your while. Outside of that, you can leverage fame. The more people that know, like, and trust you, the more people that are actually going to do business with you. And lastly, you can leverage AI and technology. Something that if you are not utilizing right now, you're sleeping. Developing systems through AI is something that I'm going to start documenting way more because I understand that if you aren't utilizing AI in your business, you're going to be left behind. But anyways, when we're going back to this art of leadership, we need to understand that at the end of the day, if you aren't problem aware of your own issues and your own things going on in your life, you will never be able to be problem aware of in your business. And if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead others. You can't even develop a system that is effective enough utilizing AI, because if you prompt the AI wrong, it's going to give you rubbish results. Now, lastly, is operations. It's understanding who can I hire to actually solve this problem, or do I need to develop myself, again, leadership, so that I can actually fulfill that role. These are all areas of businesses that if you are unable to become problem aware of, then trust me, there is no growth that you're going to be able to see. And it all comes down to this principle that is within Atomic Habits, written by James Clear. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. That is the reason why when we look at it, the theory of constraints is such a key principle to develop effective systems so we can grow our businesses and also grow within ourselves as entrepreneurs as well. So I know I said a lot there, but hopefully I was able to demonstrate why the theory of constraints and developing effective systems is the only way you can grow your business and also yourself as an entrepreneur. This is a new style that I've been seeing a lot of YouTube creators do. And to be honest, it's a bit easier for me to do this rather than doing all the effects and things like that, because in my coaching sessions, this is exactly how I'm able to demonstrate the concepts anyways. So if you guys like it, do let me know down in the comments if you want more videos like this. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and also share with your friends. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.